Hello, gorgeous people. It's Cindy Kennedy back with this week's Mojo Boost. How often do you let yourself just daydream? But in particular, daydream with purpose. The reason I ask you this is because it's so often that we get caught up in the day-to-day stuff of just doing and getting places, and we forget to daydream. We forget how much power we have to create our lives. And when we forget it, we start to feel a little bit restricted. And that desire for freedom that is in each and every one of us, the freedom to just live how we want to live, the freedom to be able to express who we are, the freedom to create the lives that we really truly desire deep within ourselves, we forget how much power we have to do that, to have that kind of freedom. And the way to get it back is to daydream. And it's not about ejecting yourself out of your life, but it is about taking pause so you can just reconnect to the life that you really truly desire. It may be what you're living right now and you just have a chance to reappreciate it. Or you might simply find that you've been settling for just okay stuff, which means you've forgotten your own power to create. So this is a tool that I offer a lot of my clients, and other coaches, I use it as well, and it's something I want you to own. I want you to own it as a tool that you can use anytime you want. And in particular, if you starting to feel blah, if you're starting to feel less free, if you're starting to feel like you don't have much to say or much empowerment in your life to create opportunities for yourself. So this tool is called A Typical Day, a very normal day, but in your ideal life. Now, what I want you to do is make sure that you have time in a beautiful, quiet space, a space that feels right for you. It might be in your bedroom, snuggled up in your bed. It might be outside or by the river, the ocean, under a tree. Somewhere where you can be comfortable for at least half an hour and not be interrupted. And just grab some paper and pen. And I want you just to close your eyes and just imagine that this is a very typical day, but it's in your ideal life. So when you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that you see or you hear? When you wake up and you open up your eyes, what is the first thing you see all around you? Is there someone there? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. What does your room look like? And I want you to take the entire day, bit by bit. When you put on clothes for the day, what is in your wardrobe? What feels like you? You. Not the you that's going to fit into the current life you're living, but the you that is waking up in your ideal life, a very normal day in your ideal life. When you decide to go out and do things, are you working? If you are working, are you working from home? Are you working at coffee shops? Are you working in an organization, a business? What does that place feel like, smell like? What are the faces that kind of greet you? You might not recognize them, but what are they projecting? Are you sitting down quite a bit? Is it a bit more autonomous? Or are you with a team? Are you with children? Are you with adults? Are you in nature? Are you even in the same country that you're in right now? What is it? And walk your way through the day. Walk your way through your lunch, through the afternoon, coming to dinner time. Where are you for dinner? Who are you with? What do you do afterwards? And before you go to bed, what is the last thing that you think about? And then close your eyes and you go to sleep. You can do this two ways. You can just think about it, and when a thought comes, just jot it down, or you can just take yourself through the entire day and then write it down. You could also lead a friend or a partner, a loved one through it. And as they run through it, they speak out loud what comes up for them, and you capture it for them, or you get them to do it for you. Now, if you find this hard at first, that's just fine. If you're starting to go into your head and trying to make it fit into your life right now or what you feel is only possible, given what you see, then put the pen down, walk away, and come back to it. Now, this is something that you can always build on, time and time again, day after day or week after week. Bring more color to it. Bring more feeling to it and emotion to it. Now, I'm going to tell you the very first time I did this, many, many years ago, I was wanting to work with an organization, and I was quite specific that I wanted to work in this brick building, that I wanted to be off the ocean with a view of the ocean, that it was all open space, it was all these creative businesses working and sharing a space, that I could walk there, that it was about storytelling. There was just a lot of great energy and smiles and energy, and I felt very free. A few weeks later, I was called in for an opportunity that came from a friend of a friend of a friend, nothing I applied for. And as I arrived, I pulled up to a warehouse that was 1 block from the ocean. As I walked up the stairs, I got up there, white walls everywhere, and then beautiful flowers and bouquets, and all these different working environments. There was a wedding photography in the corner. There was a public relations team in the middle of the space, high ceilings, and then there was this one company that I was applying for, and it was all about sharing people's stories. And what did I see when I looked out? We looked over the ocean and the mountains. And I knew, before I even met the person I was going to be interviewing with, I knew I had the job. I knew it. Do not ever underestimate your own power to create and draw amazing things to you. And one way I want to offer to you today is to give yourself some space and dream what is a very normal day in your ideal life. Enjoy it. I'll see you next week.